In thinking about what impact the church has and her current relevancy, I just wanted to offer maybe some seeds for thoughts. The church of today is not a modern church. I think that is a incomplete framing. But the church for today is a present church, a church that is striving and endeavoring to be the bride of Christ. And here at iChurchDMV, we are doing that through transformative discipleship. Here is a place where you come as you are, but you're challenged not to stay that way. Here is the place that we believe is a proper representation of the church, because we are not who we were, we're not who we're going to be. And the tension between those two things is where we tend to stay. We believe in being disruptors, that if you're actually going to be a disciple of Jesus, then you recognize that you are the manifestation of traditions fulfilled through Calvary, while simultaneously you are the seed of hope. So here we're challenging people to literally be modern day disciples. And a modern day disciple means that you are going to be interested in your community. A modern day disciple means that you're going to be a part of a crowd of committed followers of Jesus. A modern day disciple is one who congregates. You're not just going to have your own little crowd, your place of influence that you do dialogue and back and forth with, but there's going to be a congregation that you're a part of, a place where you go and you don't get to choose who you're around. A modern day disciple is one who is committed. And commitment is the thing that you said you were going to do long after the feeling in which you said it has faded. And a modern day disciple is one who is committed to a core, committed to the core, that works not just internally, chipping away at the rough edges of themselves, but is part of a distinct, intentional group of people who allow themselves to be accountable to. The Christian life through discipleship is one in which you are constantly surrendering yourself. Our souls are saved as an instant acknowledgement of Christ, but it takes a lifetime to become the saints of old. A disciple is a witness, one in whom is intentional about the deposits, those seeds that they sow, but then sticks around in order to see the harvest. And by sticking around to see the harvest, that means they're participating in the cultivation of the seed. This is why discipleship in those seeds that I mentioned have to be intentionally participated with. You have to be a part of a community. You have to be willing to be in the crowd. You have to be in a congregation. You have to have a level of commitment. And you've got to deal with some core issues, because seeds both sown in you and seeds that you sow in others require cultivation. If you're not engaged in getting your hands dirty, if you're not afraid of being dirty, then you'll actually get to see the fruit that comes from the seeds. I'm wondering if, or maybe how many of us have what it takes to endure discipleship. So I just wanted to kind of throw this out there to start a dialogue of my thoughts about the modern church. And why I believe iChurchDMV is uniquely positioned for this time. Not because we're a modern church. We're not a traditional church either. We've never been guilty of that. But we're a present church. We're one who sits in the balance with a counterbalance, who looks at the times in which we're in, hopefully. But we do that also soberly. We know that it takes work, but I'm praying that there are some people that are willing to go to work. Last thought for right now. The Church of Jesus Christ will endure. It is the one thing for those of us who believe God through Christ, through the evidence of Scripture, that will outlast all of this. So the idea of the church's demise is greatly exaggerated and it's simply not true. Our expressions, how we worship, and what that looks like is forever changing. But that's also not anything new. So that's why I'm challenging you to consider where you are in your relationship with God and His bride. That Jesus came in an effort to launch a place of transformation, a place that could develop those who will live out the reflection of heaven in the earth. And the church is that place. I invite you to a present church. But in order to fully experience this church, you have to be present and you have to keep coming. So, here's just a thought. I invite you to participate. Until next time, blessings.